they are.
Yeah.
Now, Fargo is a very small community because we just went right by it, I guess. Didn't even realize we were going through something like that.
Alright, here we got it up. We got another thunderstorm warning. It just popped up that included actually us now, where we're at.
Okay, now that you got the radar back up and going, can you circle where we are at and then circle where we are going and maybe draw a line or something? Maybe something to kind of give people a point of reference that are just tuning in with us again.
We are right there at that little bitty circle. And we're actually just heading right here to Brinkley. So just a few more miles. I think that's going to get us on the south side of the heaviest part of the storm. We're fixing to get into some more heavy rain, as you can see right here. It's right on the edge of Fargo. We're going to have to drive through. But we're going to get down here somewhere, the bottom side of this, looking up. And we're going to try to do it from someplace around Brinkley.
Okay?
And this tornado warning that I mentioned a while ago when my computer just crapped out is, you'll be able to see it on screen. It's red polygon up here. Went a little crazy with my
Now,
polygon there, but anyway.
in your defense, though, that is your bad hand.
It is, and this is the rough road, too.
It is.
It's a rough road.
And I'm not the best driver in the world, and we've got aggressive tires.
And we are at Brinkley, by the way.
There we go.
This storm is pretty intense right here. You can almost see the rotation. If you look right here, let me get a little bit closer.
See if you can, I was gonna say, see if you can zoom in on that for folks.
Like this. Get this in the center, zoom in. Yeah, like this.
Thank you, Brenda Cook, for sending 200 stars. I don't know what that means still, but thank you for sending it, though. We appreciate that. We'll figure that out at some point.
Alright, I'm going to keep this up like this for a minute. I want to show y'all what I'm looking at right here. See this little tornado vortex here up in this area I mentioned? If you look right here, you can kind of see this rotating around right here. You can see a definite rotation right there, so probably somewhere in this general area would be where that tornado was at, or is at, which would be south of Enola, E-N-O-L-A. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not.
Enola? Enola. Enola.
That's one of the strongest rotation storms that I've seen on radar tonight.
Again, if you're just tuning in, we are officially in Brinkley. Have finally, we succeeded in outrunning the storm, which we weren't 100% sure we'd be able to do, but we got caught in some of it there, but for the most part, I think we did a good job of beating it. And I assume everything's going to be to our right.
We are now in this general area, somewhere around in here. Our storm that we're looking at is still, it actually looks like it slowed down a little bit more even.
Now, do we want to stop maybe in a big parking lot that's open right now, or do we want to keep going south, or what do we want to do?
Yeah, let's go ahead and stop for a minute, find a lot.
Okay.
And let's look and see what this does.
We've got the food giant out here at Brinkley, and that's where we're going to go, into the parking lot there, somewhere we won't be interrupting anybody or in anybody's way.
Like the Bank of Brinkley might have cooked sometime soon.
Hey, get the grill out, man. That's what I'm talking about.
There's somebody walking through the parking lot. Is it a cop?
Very well could be. We got a Chinese restaurant
got
here.
Security or something. There's a cop sitting there.
There's
wondering what in the heck are y'all doing?
Probably so. Now, I'm going to try to get this car pointed where essentially the storm is at. I'm gonna go down to the very end of this plaza. It's not really a shopping plaza, I don't guess. It's just a big lot here with a couple of Family Dollars, grocery stores, things of that nature here in Brinkley. Now I'm gonna get us pointed where the storm is essentially coming from.
Trees right in our way.
Of course, there's trees right in our way. That makes perfect sense. That is where we're at, so we're going to stop right there. And we're giving Caldwell Banker a little bit of advertising opportunity right now. I didn't do a very good job, actually, of what I wanted to do here. Let's try this again. Some issues here with the iPad. I'm going to work on that. JR's going to give us a little POA plan of action here together, and how long we're going to wait before we start heading back north. What part north are we going? Do we need to get on Interstate 40, maybe go westbound a little bit, then go north to kind of see this? What we got to do, he's going to let us know what that needs to be.
I'm still kind of shocked this one don't have a tornado warning with it, honestly.
That's looking towards it. I can't get the picture-in-picture to work with us for some reason. I don't know why. Not working. Do we have any comments there on YouTube that you can see?
Do not. It shows we got one viewer on YouTube.
There we go.
That would be me.
I apologize, we've been in and out tonight on that. Picture-in-picture is not working, but our switching of the cameras is. Don't know why the picture-in-picture is not working, but we'll figure that out. Okay, now we got it. So it must not be saving it. So we're going to do it without saving it. That's what we got to do, I guess. Which is fine. We can do that. No problem at all. There we go. So we just won't be able to save it now. We have to do it every time. Well, that's fine. No big deal. This is a good chance for us to take a break here and for me to get me a snack, which is exactly what I'm going to do. If I can stretch out a little bit too. Can't get out of the car right now, really, I don't think.
Well, you can. You just get wet.
You just get extremely wet. I guess the Family Dollar here is shut down. Of course, 10 o'clock, you'd assume it would be. Again, we were looking directly towards where this system that JR seen a little bit of rotation. So is Baxter. Baxter mentioned that too. And try to get a plan of attack here. What we're going to do, where we're going to go, how we're going to get there. The good news is the storm's only going about 25 mile an hour, so that's the good news for us. We've got a little bit of time to figure this out. see Interstate 40 right there. A lot of big trucks come across there from Little Rock to Memphis. We got a dinner of champions here, this Cosmic Brownie.
Pop up here and check on home.
Okay.
Home is fixing to get a little bit more for it.
Back home in Corning.
Every one of them storms shows hail, half-inch hail. All three's heading towards Clay County, or either heading towards Clay County or in Clay County.
Gotcha.
So, but still nothing severe right
Nothing to the point that we're worried about any
there. Right.
tornadic activity.
This cell here is just 2.5-inch hail size. A little bit too far. So right here, this little circle right here, which is probably going to be this little cell right here. 2.5-inch hail radar indicated in that cell right there.
And what is that near?
It's going to be out. Looks like it's just over rural country for the most part. Desark is right up here that it come through, and then we are actually sitting right here in Brinkley, so it's kind of somewhat between Desark and Brinkley, I guess, but there ain't really a whole lot of towns that is showing up on the map anyway through that area.
Gotcha.
I'm not familiar with this area too good, so the little towns I might not know about. Get on a different map here and see.
Again, guys, just taking a break here at Brinkley. We are south of the storms now. Our car is actually pointed towards the northwest in the Dollar Tree parking lot, looking at I-40 across the way there. And the reason it's pointed there because that's where the tornado warning storm is. And it's essentially, I don't know if it's due east or maybe a little southeast, going about 25 mile an hour. We're trying to get a plan of action here and also get a chance to take a break to snack a little bit, stretch our legs a little bit, unbuckle for a second, and just get a plan of what we're going to do here. I'm snacking on some Doritos right now. My half a gallon of milk's about gone. I don't know what I want to do when that's gone.
Well, that be a store open somewhere. The only thing I see between is little Dixie's going to be somewhere right in this area, which don't show up on this map. But this here is just this tornado warning storm here is something else. Just look at that. Let's go back up to this one.
What is it near?
This tornado warning?
Or what is it heading towards here?
Well, it's heading towards BB. BB's right here.
Okay. Man's heading right towards it too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, BB, Arkansas, from where we are at, is showing right at 61 miles.
See, it's only moving 30 mile an hour or so, storm, so. that tornado warning expires in 10:30. Yeah, it expires in 18 minutes, but I just can't see them letting that one expire the way it looks right now anyway.
Alright. If we wanted to get near that one, close enough where we're out of danger, but close enough where maybe we can see something there.
It says it includes US 67 between mile marker 22 and 32. So,
but is it moving east or southeast?
Southeast.
Okay. Well, if it's moving southeast,
Well, it says it's moving east, but according to all their tracks, it's going a little bit more southeast.
Of course, so if you draw the cross there, essentially north, south, east, west, Highway 67 is going to essentially slice it right down the middle and create an X there, if you will, or an asterisk, which means it's not going to be on 67 very long.
Right.
It's going to cross over there and start making its way down. One of the highways that maybe, if it keeps going southeast, is Arkansas Highway 13, 267. We could get there a couple different ways. Of course, it would take us some time, being 61 miles from here. Here are some options just to show you. There's a Highway 11 in the middle there that would go up on the west side of Des Arc. We'd go down 40 for a little bit here, just north of Hazen.
Where does this one take us to?
This is from Beebe to where we're at. So if this is coming this way, essentially, just a little bit.
I think this is the highway. Let me see here. Oh, that's Des Arc.
Well, Des Arc's way.
Okay, this is that highway.
So two best ways, or we can go from here to 17, which is where we were at, but we hook off here instead of going that way.
Yeah.
Now we do have some towns, Little Dixie and Des Arc. So there's going to be cell service at Des Arc, obviously. Maybe Des Arc is where we. I don't know.
Well, I say.
So this is the track it's on, correct?
Yeah. And I'm still just this storm right here. I'm just kind of baffled that it's not because it's got a tornado vortex signature, but it's not warned yet or still. And that's the second one that's popped up. So radar's indicating some rotation on it, but.
No more rain now here in Brinkley. And the wind has died. I mean, absolutely, absolutely went down.
Just see us going off toward this one, and this one's going to throw a warning.
Well, that's this one. Is it better?
I mean,
to go?
this one looks a lot more pronounced, as far as which I mean, it's got a warning with it, but this one's getting some.
Well, what if we went eastbound on Interstate 40 for a little bit?
Yeah, we could go right back.
This is the hard part of it. You don't want to make the wrong decision here and then Either way, I'm in a good place. I got some whole milk and some Doritos chips, so I'm in a pretty good spot right now. Well, another thing with this, as slow as these are moving, if we did detour off here and this became something, and this died down, we could probably track back to 40 and catch it.
Yeah. See that tornado warning, they've got expiring in 11 minutes. I don't know what. Look at something else. Yeah. Right. Alright, let's go ahead and head toward this from 140.
Okay. So we're going to go 40 westbound. Okay. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go put up my stuff here. As sad about that as I'm going to be, because these Doritos are really, really good. I'm going to put my whole milk up. Actually,
Oh.
okay, I feel about 110% better. Alright guys, we are going to head westbound on 40 and see what we can't figure out here as far as intersecting this tornado warning storm system that has popped back up. I think the same system had a tornado warning in it earlier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's had several.
So it's obviously capable of the right dynamics for a tornado. And because of that, we are going to head towards it and hopefully don't whiff on what could have been with this one, but chance you got to take, I guess.
Lightning detected 5 miles from Corning, Arkansas.
We're a little ways from home.
Well, that's just a cop car. Ain't nobody's sitting in that.
Got a random cop car here in the middle of the
Crime deterrent.
That's right. Got my new Sonic here in Brinkley. Liking the looks of that.
Pretty nice.
I dig it.
You know where you're going?
Now, hang on a second. Do I get to the left or right of this thing? What do you think?
I would say, there.
I really don't know what I'm doing here. That is, okay.
Kind of odd.
Yeah, I really hope I'm not in the wrong spot here, but,
There's a guy coming in behind you, so if you are, he is too.
well, I think he's probably thinking if you are, I am too. He's just following us. What are you talking about? Hopefully we will close enough to intercepting this. Eric Arnold says, Ryan Vaughn, Region 8 Storm Team, we need to get them a Storm Tracker decal. Jay Malone can make us one. We'll just figure it out.
I used to have one, but I guess it's wore off. I don't think I ever had one on this vehicle, but I did.
Adam Besson said El Paso, Arkansas just got hit. If you're in McCrory, it's heading your way. Well, that's the one that we're looking at there. That's the one we're heading towards, Adam. Or we're about to head towards. We're going to get 40 westbound. If I can figure out if it's a loop or a... Yeah, it's going to loop around here, so I need to be in the right-hand lane. These are all so different at every interstate and every intersection, but this one's saying to loop, so that's what we're going to do. Go west, young man, haven't you been told? Here we go. We're going to hit Interstate 40 again. A lot of heavy traffic from truckers on this interstate. If you've ever driven this one from Little Rock to Memphis or vice versa, you know. But the beautiful thing is you can drive up to 75 mile an hour legally, and that'll greatly benefit us as we're trying to hit about 60 miles. Well, maybe not that far if we're going to try to intersect. Obviously, it's moving towards us while we're moving towards it, so maybe 40 miles to try to intercept this tornado-warned storm that is heading southeast at 25 mile an hour that you can see there on JR's radar to the left side of your screen. And here we go. We're seeing several big trucks out here, and they certainly are not slowing down with the weather conditions.
I don't bother them, no.
They are definitely guns a-blazing, whistling Dixie on the highway here. The old Chad Morris hammer down, put it in the left lane, and full tilt boogie. Michaela Meek's on with us. She says, go! We are going, girl. We are going straight towards this thing. Well, I say straight towards it. We're heading west, then we got to go north a little bit at some point. There was a Highway 11. I'm not sure if that's where we need to start going north at. I don't know how southeast this is going. It seems like it's more east than south, obviously, but
I think it's going to go just a little bit north of BB, is what it looks like on the map here. But there is a cell brewing right there that's going to hit BB.
That's what Adam Besson's also said. He says heading into BB right now. And of course, BB right there on both sides of Highway 67. Of course, had we known that earlier and knew that this storm that we were chasing would have dissipated, we would have just stayed on 67 the whole time.
Just got an imping 1.5 inch hail out of that storm that we're heading towards.
1.5 inch hail, folks. That is impressive. It may not sound like a big deal, but when you get down to it and look at it, 1.5 inch hail, that's a big deal. That caused a lot of damage.
Yes. And
Mikhail makes. This is Tyson. Hey, Tyson.
Hey, Tyson.
I don't know why you're still up at 10:30 at night, but I love it. I love it, buddy. When I was your age, I was trying to do the same thing. Janet Allen's on with us, Glenda Dunlap. I won't tell your mom and dad, Tyson. Matthew Fancher's on with us as well. Linda Leslie, Michaela Meeks. And I don't know how many people chase storms in this area of Arkansas right now, but I don't know who else going after this one, but we may be one of the only ones. I don't know, but
figure Reed Timber's out. We look and see what his live stream.
We're certainly going to go after this one and see what we can find, see what... We went through some pretty strong ones earlier. They were tornado warned. That's what we were heading to. We had kind of plucked those out of all of them, and they were looking good for a while. And as we got closer and closer and closer, they just kind of dissipated. It's just one of those things where I guess we brought good luck, you could say. No more signatures of tornadoes, which is a good thing, obviously, as we got closer. But we outrun a pretty heavy thunderstorm there. Went through about the middle of another one. And here we are now on the south side where we wanted to be. This was JR's plan. It was a good plan to be on this side. Now we can utilize the interstate. I don't know if that was originally a part of his plan, but if it was brilliant. And now we can really make up some time and get to where we need to be.
like Reed Timbers called it tonight, but we got vortex chasing it still going. I don't know where they're at, but they're on the interstate somewhere. No, there ain't. Scratch that, they're not on their own 2-lane highway. But their video froze up, so they're in one of them dead zones.
Well, like we were earlier.
They're probably back there where we was at earlier.
Yeah, probably so.
Alright, that tornado warning we're heading toward has expired. Or they canceled it, one of the two.
Michaela says, Tyson says he can't sleep. He's watching Andy chase storms. I love it. Adam Beston said these storms went around me. Adam, where are you at these days? I wasn't even 100% sure where you were living. I remember we talked about that not long ago, but I can't remember where that was now. Let me know where that is. I'm interested in that. And JR is right. That is no longer a... But like we've seen all night, that same system has been...
It's been producing...
Yeah. Warning after warning, and it goes away, then comes back, so... Worst case scenario, we can get up there near it and maybe follow along with it eastbound.
Still a huge hill. Well, severe thunderstorm warning with it. Covers a large area.
Gotcha. Will you let me know what the plan of action is as far as getting up northbound from here so I don't miss it? Seeing Highway 11 as an option. Get on Interstate 40 now, just west of Brinkley. That's our current location. Chevy, Colorado. Greer's Ferry, that's right. Adam Besson and Greer's Ferry. Well, I'm glad everything's okay there at Greer's Ferry. Now, JR, this isn't the only night we're going to have this, correct?
Correct. We're going to have Tuesday night, most of Tuesday, most of tomorrow will be okay for most of us. Tuesday night, going to have a, we actually pull up something off the radio here. If I can get it to pull up. Okay, IT still thinks we're in Corning, and lightning is detected 4 miles from Corning, so. Alright, so. Wednesday is going to be the main severe threat. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Just thinking about it. There we go. Alright, so this is today's outlook that they had. Tornado outlook, wind outlook, hail outlook. But for tomorrow, we're still going to, if you've watched any of the storm chasers that are actually meteorologists too, they talk about there's a big old huge dry line over here where it's a lot of moisture on this side and real dry on this side. All those severe storms will pop up on that dry line tomorrow. Now, they will linger tomorrow afternoon and evening, possibly for us in Arkansas, in our area, northeast Arkansas possibly, but you see pretty much the whole entire state's in a slight risk for tomorrow. And now the same thing, you still got a 5% chance of tornado, and then you got a 10% hatched area up north there, and then your wind and hail. You got a big old huge area of hatched hail core area. That's significant severe hell, you got a population of 20 million in that section for tomorrow. In that hatched area right here. Now we're in a 15% area. So we'll look at Wednesdays. This is one of the biggest enhanced areas that I've seen in a while. Covers a population of almost 20 million. Pretty much of the entire state of Arkansas, half of Missouri, up into Illinois, Tennessee, Mississippi, down in Louisiana, a little piece of Texas, a little piece of Oklahoma.
This is Wednesday, correct?
This is Wednesday.
Now, will you be chasing Wednesday, or do you have other plans Wednesday?
I will probably be out somewhere Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure yet. But look at that hatched area. That black area right there, significant severe, that's 15. A little over 15 million population in that hatched area that is at risk of a 30% chance or better of severe weather.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
for that big of an area, for that big of a percentage.
Yeah, that's huge. And you don't see that area very much. So I seen a radar scan before we went out tonight. Really, for our area, I mean, don't look like a lot of rain. It was one set. Now this could, like I said, this was a radar model tonight. So come tomorrow or even early Wednesday, it could change. Storms could slow down or whatever. But you've got, I think it was either between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 and 5 o'clock. I forget which one now. But there was a little cell running through Corning in the northeast Arkansas area, southeast Missouri, in that time frame, somewhere between 3 and 5. But like I said, I don't remember if it said between 3 and 4 or 4 and 5, but somewhere in the 3 to 5 p.m. time range is when it showed it to come through. And it wasn't a very big spot, but I mean, it's going to be supercells forming into a line, and that's where you've got the huge enhanced risk of severe weather. And these will be updated probably by, I don't know when they update them for sure, probably. Looks like this one was updated at 7:30 this morning, so needs to be updated sometime tomorrow morning.
So Wednesday could get a little wild. Of course, obviously tomorrow there's still a slight risk, but good probability Wednesday that somewhere in Arkansas there's going to be some pretty strong activity. Which is a very, very wide. Oh, we just lost the laptop again. We'll bring you back to the just the normal road view here as we
State trooper.
Pass the state trooper there on the side of the interstate here on Interstate 40.
I was fixing to pull up there and show everybody, or my thoughts is that was enhanced 3 out of 5 risk area for Wednesday. I fully expect there to be a higher 4 out of 5 enhanced risk to the moderate risk for some portion, probably of Arkansas, maybe even southeast Missouri.
Well, we got an opportunity. You want to mention some of the social media engagements. Royana Reed says, I'm in Batesville, Arkansas. We got rain and wind. Thank you, Royana Reed, for letting us know that. Wesley Couch, Adam Best, in the storm you're chasing, Reed Trimmer intercepted a tornado in it earlier today in Fort Smith. There you go. I knew it had been on and off with this one with the tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, and we're about to get the radar back up again, and we're trying to intercept at speed. Radcliffe, Dylan Pruitt, CSR, one of our founders anyway, CSR, and our IT guy for tonight as well from afar back home in Corning, as we're hitting every bump on the road that's possibly out there somehow. Hit them dead on, go figure. He does an awesome job. His company's on Facebook there. You can get a hold of us if you can't get a hold of him. But he converts old VHS into DVD, or any of these streams that we have, any of them on our YouTube channel, Facebook page. He can convert into DVD or USB for you. Great quality. You can add a little bit of stuff with it as well on the editing side, and extremely cheap, guys. So give him a holler on Digital Reminiscence. That's Colton Ladyman. Big thank you to him. Speaking of thank yous, I want to mention Strikeout Lawn Care as well. That is Mr. J.R. Rourke, the man right here to my side that's working the radars for us right now. Big thank you to him for obviously sponsoring as well. And he's jumped out in a new endeavor here. Obviously, it's springtime. We're getting a lot of rain in the next 3 days. I know those yards are going to be in need of some serious TLC, and the man to do it is this guy right here. Get a hold of him at 870-323-0018. That's Strikeout Lawn Care Company, 870-323-0018. You also see the logo there. The logo is from Ricky Betts, one of our staffers. If you need any kind of graphics design, whether it's maybe it's a business card, maybe it's an event flyer, whatever it may be, he is the man for that. He does an excellent job. In fact, he handles all of our graphics here at Redline and CSR. And I wouldn't want anybody else handling them because he does an awesome job. He made that graphic right there too. Y'all can get a hold of him through our Facebook page. Just give us a message or find him on Facebook, and he's a good dude. And also a big-time wrestler, man. Wrestler was a heavyweight champion not too long ago.
And tag team champion.
And tag team at the same time. How do people do that?
He lost him that season.
Yeah. And that doofus right there, Andy Earls at Baldwin Chevrolet. Hey, I would seriously love to have an opportunity to earn your business. We have several pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a few new ones, and the majority of those across 4 lots are backed by a lifetime warranty at no charge to you. That's right, a lifetime warranty at no charge to you. Love the opportunity to earn your business. Get a hold of me at 501-413-9715. Baldwin Chevrolet out of Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Baldwin Chevy, find new roads. Speaking of finding new roads, JR, where is our next turnoff at, my friend?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to get my computer working.
Okay. Well, while you're getting your computer working, we had the picture-in-picture earlier with the radar, and we lost it because JR's computer had an issue, so he's getting that back up. George Zayas, our buddy from New York City, New York. Love that dude. Says, be safe out there, brother. We definitely are. We're actually going through the calmest that we've been through all night. I mean, there's nothing right here, but we're about to hit a pretty heavy spot here in the next probably 20 minutes. George says, Ricky is an awesome graphics designer. I concur 100%. He said he did a few logos for me, and I was very happy with his work, but we appreciate that, George. George is the sharpest dressed man either side of the Mississippi in live streaming, and he does an awesome job with all the stuff. He's got his hands in all kinds of stuff. He used to be a police officer there in New York City. Just a really good dude. And in fact, when we started, he was a big part of us getting out of those starting blocks, if you will, out of the starting gates. And I can't thank him enough. So anytime he's on here, I want to mention him. Really appreciate you, buddy. Jill Manette Belon's on with us. Anna Davis is also on with us. Sandra Barnes on with us as well. Zach Growing. And George is laughing and says, thanks, Sandy. Yes, sir. You betcha, buddy. And as we're waiting for JR to get his radar back up here so we can kind of figure out what we need to do here, we were looking at possibly detour north up here at some point, not too far from here, maybe
Highway 11.
Highway 11 was
That's coming up right here shortly.
Highway 11 seemed to be like the best bet to kind of intercept this storm, but that was then. Now we've got a new radar swoop. That was then, this is now. So let's see what Mr. JR has on the old radar now to kind of tell us where we should be looking. On exit 193. Again, we're westbound right now on Interstate 40. And a lot of folks that have been on this remember all the heavy amount of traffic traffic from the big trucks. Yeah, we're 1 mile from that exit, and we're hitting every pothole known to man on this highway right now. Landon Thomas says, be safe, guys. Thank you, Landon, for tuning in. That's Mighty Mill Lines. He says, the calm before the storm. You're right. I think you're absolutely right. It's very calm right now, but here in a minute, that is not going to be the case. By the way, we've got our radar back, finally. That's what we're looking at right there. JR, if I don't hear anything from you the next half a mile, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this.
Go ahead and take it.
Take this exit if that's okay. Here we go. We are going to turn off onto Highway 11, exit 193 here off Interstate 40, here in the great state of Arkansas. And we're going to back it down from 75 down to 30 as we take this hard hook right. Very little banking too, so you've really got to back it down before you hit this. Trying to get our picture-in-picture working again, but it's really not working with me, so we'll figure that out here in a minute, though. We've got a split screen working. The picture-in-picture isn't, but a split screen is. Now, we may be going through some rural areas here, so we may lose you, and if we do, we apologize, but we're going to try to find a good spot as JR's not happy. He ain't happy right now with this old radar over here. Call him Radar Roark. Amber Leach is watching, Lennon Thomas, Jen Mason, Janice Brewster's also watching. We appreciate y'all tuning in this late at night. Zach Groning's also watching with us. And we appreciate you guys, Jen Mason, getting on with us. We are now, just got off Interstate 40, heading northbound on Highway 11, trying to intercept this storm that has seen a lot of damage today as far as strong winds, lightning, hail, and from what we heard from Adam Besson, even a tornado in Fort Smith, the same system that we're going after right now. We're heading northbound, so this storm is going to be to our left. I see a lot of lightning coming from that area, and Landon Thomas says, this seems like fun. It kind of is. I'm kind of enjoying this. I know the two that we were chasing earlier that were tornado warned, as soon as we got down here pretty close to them, both of them go away. And then we decided to get on the other side of them. So now the real fun begins as we chase upwards from the tail end of them. So, and I think our destination right now is Bald Knob, if JR is telling me right. So, Landon, next time we do this, you ought to jump on with us, buddy. Appreciate your help. I know Baxter wants to, so we may have to get the old creeper van out, JR, and may not have any choice.
All right, what we're heading for.
Let's go ahead and bring the radar up real quick. I know I don't have the picture-in-picture, but let's bring the radar up real quick so you can show people what we're doing.
This rotation is not tornado warned yet. It is severe thunderstorm warned, but it's not a very straight line.
Is that you trying to make a straight line?
Right here is Bald Knob.
Are you skipping rocks, or what are you doing there?
skipping across the water. So. Anyway, we're going to try to get up by Bald Knob. I don't think we'll quite make it by the time that storm gets there, but that'll be all right because we'll be a little bit south of there. So,
okay.
I think that's our route.
Was that a challenge? Did you just put out a challenge for me? Don't think we can make it.
Don't listen, get a ticket. You're paying for it.
Well, that's a good point. I'm just gonna be like, look, he had a gun to my head, telling me to fly.
Don't say that. I gotta go.
Then you're heading home in cuffs, and I'm heading home in your truck. So,
right.
A lot of activity up here in the sky. I can say that. A lot of lightning up there. As we bring it back to the. Yeah, I tell you, Brett, you mentioned about having some trouble. I just noticed that we are no longer being charged here. We have no. I'm going to say that. Follow that pink line there. Check that RAV power there. See if it's full. Oh, well, it's not been charging at all then. Well, that's what we talked about. We didn't know if that would work or not with Okay, showing us charging now. Okay, so maybe we're back to good. Maybe I had touched it at one point and maneuvered it to a point where it could no longer charge. I don't know. Maybe that's why I won't do the picture-in-picture like I've been trying so hard to do. Neither here nor there. But we are here and we were trying to go there.
Got this strange. Look at this one. Okay, it's down the road.
Well, I'm trying to do some picture-in-pictures too.
This is just random, but I see this.
Okay.
This storm here. Going almost straight northeast as you can go. And most everything we've had has been going this direction or just barely northeast or even southeast. But you got this one going almost more north than northeast, actually. Just kind of strange.
That is extremely. No, I'm with you. That's extremely strange. From everything that we've seen tonight, anyways, that really is. Right. It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if you check all these other lines, you know, this one's going this way, and the one we was following, you know, I mean, just check these. Check these storm tracks. I mean, you got this one going this way. Don't make fun of my lines. You got this one going slightly northeast. This one going slightly northeast, and then you got this one going south and east. So it's just kind of odd. You got this one here actually going more traditional path there, and if that keeps building, that's getting stronger as it goes that way too. So that could be it's heading toward Oil Trough and New Ark, Sulphur Rock area. So that could be something for those folks to watch out for.
May have something else to be going after then.
And you say you get up here to Corning, and we got the storm going. Supposedly it don't look like it on radar, but the storm track has it going southeast.
Really?
Not as far south. This one. Keep an eye right over there.
Okay.
That little cloud right over there.
Alright, let's do this. Let's take it to a different camera here.
Got a real hanging low cloud right over here. Tree or house in our way. I don't know if y'all can see that good. You got good. Don't know that it's rotating, but it's we got a good hanging low cloud over there.
See if we can get a picture of this thing if the lightning will light up enough. There's nobody.
Got trees right in front of it right now.
There's nobody out here on the road, so I'm able to actually stop, put my flashers on right now.
Straight up a little bit.
Oh, you're right, JR. You're absolutely right. Oh man, that is a. You hit it on the head there, JR.
Get a real clear view of that. We're at Children's Corner right now.
Let's roll the window up for just a second so you can hear us a little bit better. JR spotted like you mentioned, a low-hanging cloud, and man, he was absolutely right. And I don't know enough about this stuff just to tell you the truth, but it was a very low-hanging cloud in the midst of all that, and definitely had the shape and, I don't know, visually from a distance definitely looked the part. I'm not saying anything there, but definitely looked the part. We've got so many trees here. I'm trying to get up here in a spot where I can roll the window down so you can still hear me, and if he can get the radar back. We've had all kinds of problems tonight with the laptop, signal going in and out. A lot of issues, but we're going to try. Oh, man. Okay, so can't see it from here. There's still a tree line in the way, but I'm gonna keep the camera out there.
Tree line right up here, it looks like. Just keep on going a little bit. I think there's a tree line right up here.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see it there.
A little bit of a wall cloud there. I'm gonna step out of this.
Okay, JR's gonna get out of the vehicle. I have actually, yeah. Let me get over a little bit further, JR. If that's okay. We got a car coming up there from that side. I don't want to cause any problems here for anybody if we got traffic coming behind us anytime. Right now we don't, but we're watching or trying to watch. Yeah, you can definitely see it as the lightning jumped up there. Don't know if you guys can still hear us, the windows down or not. We hope you can. But definitely something. I don't know if I can actually, hang on a second here, guys. Got a low battery warning on my phone here, but I'm going to try to zoom in with this camera if I can. Hey, JR, I'm going to pull in right over there. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull in, guys, so y'all can see a little bit better, or hopefully a little bit better, what we're talking about. This is going to be a, looks like a field road onto the definitely a field road for the farmers here. We're going to pull into this real quick. And I'm going to try to take you to this other camera shot here. If I can real quick. Let's say try. Okay, here we go. And I've got you on this camera now. Zoom in a little bit, if it'll let me. And you can definitely see it. When the lightning to the right of us hits, you can't see it, but when the lightning to the left back there hits, there it is, right there. That's a good lowering right there, like JR said. JR, do we want to go a little bit further down? What do you say? You want to try it? Let's give it a try. All right, guys. So we're about to get back in the vehicle here and head a little bit further down the road here. Definitely, like JR said, a lowering there of a cloud. Not sure if that's about to be something. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. We don't know, but you don't know until you go after it, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to keep the window down, and hopefully you guys can still hear us here. Oh, yeah, that lit it up really good. That is definitely a lowering there. What do you have on the radar there, JR? Do we have anything that would kind of insist that neutral so I can get my... put neutral so I can get the iPad back out. We may be onto something here, JR.
That's actually going to be looking up into.
Oh yeah, it's getting lower. That's getting a lot lower, JR.
It's going to be the storm. Find another storm here. There was
closing up on a lowering. I don't know anything.
So, here's where we are. We are right here somewhere in this general area, and we're looking this way, right into this opening, right into this cutout here by Griffithfield. It's not tornado warned, it is severe thunderstorm warned at this time. So that's the storm that we're looking at, with pretty severe lowering of the clouds.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see it. We are going to try to find a spot.
Put this in motion.
We're going to try to find a spot to stop. I think it went back up a little bit more, but it's still lowered for sure. I'm trying to find a good spot that's not too...
Yeah, you still got a good wall cloud there.
It's not too close, but not too far away. And obviously it's out of any tree lines. We don't want any tree lines inside in between us here. Flatlands down here, obviously, so don't have to worry about a whole lot of hills up and down, stuff like that. But we are heading northbound right now. I can't even remember the highway 11, I believe it was. This highway goes this goes pretty straight, doesn't it? No turns.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, I don't know what this is, but
oh man, that is, yeah. JR, we've got it's really, really lowered there. This is saying go right, but we may go left.
toward Canada.
Yeah, let's go left here, JR. This is going to be 38 west is what we're about to hit right now. And I wish we weren't even really going fully west. I wish we were still going. I don't know if we follow that though, if it'll wrap back around. This may be well, actually, on that maybe a better spot to stop.
I need to see if I can get a picture of that sent to Little Rock.
Okay. Well, right here we are, folks. This is exactly what we're looking at.
And that camera should get that view too. I'm gonna get out and see if I can get it.
Okay. Should I turn? Well, would it be better to have the lights off with that camera?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Alright guys, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's just a little bit to the left of your screen when the lightning hits. Just look at that. That is what we are looking at right now. Pretty sure something's going on there. Lost our radar image there. There we go, we got it back.
I hit this HDMI whenever I got in. Send this to Little Rock right quick.
It was actually lower,
Yeah.
quite a bit lower, not very long ago at all.
What highway was this?
38 westbound towards Cabot, right off Highway 11 northbound is where we were at. I don't know how far out that is across these fields here, but yeah, you can definitely, it's even getting lower now. We'll watch our monitor to see if we can see that for the folks at home. We've turned our headlights off to maybe help whenever the lightning does strike to get a better view of it. Landon Thompson says, I'm about to get a nader. I really don't know, but boy, there for a second on the way up here on Highway 11, about 3 miles back, it was really, really low. And of course, I don't know what I'm doing here. JR knows a lot more about this stuff than I do, but It was really, really low, and I wasn't sure what that was. Let me know if y'all can see that. If y'all can see that or not. I turned the lights off thinking that would help. Maybe I should have kept them on. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
I won't be surprised if this ain't tornado warned here in just a minute when Liver Out gets that. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, you can definitely. It just keeps dipping, and then it comes back up, and it dips some more. And you said something about rain wrapped, and now I think I understand what that means.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell there's rain, really heavy rain to the left side of that. Myrna Ditson is watching. A lot of people on now. Y'all, Teixet Marie Ramos says, where are you at? Well, we are, let's see. What are we in between here, JR, town-wise? We're in between Brinkley and...
Well, we're near, if they'll look at this map here.
Here, okay.
I'll show them a general idea of
here,
where
let's go to the radar, full radar here, so y'all can get an idea of where we're at. We just had a question about that.
Right here's Desart. We are sitting roughly, probably about right here, looking up into this storm right here.
There you go. So we are close to Desart. You know what? They're saying that they can see the lightning. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this camera out here, is what I'm going to do, and maybe they can see it a little bit better. Let me know how that looks on the monitor there, JR. Of course, that monitor is probably not a high-definition monitor. Couldn't see it off that lightning strike. It's like if the lightning's behind it, you don't see it, but if it's on this side of it, you do see it. It's just definitely a lowering. You can see it right there a little bit. It's not as low as it was, but it's definitely a lowering.
It's raised up quite a bit from where we first seen it.
Sorry if my hand's a little shaky here with the camera. The winds are starting to pick up here. What's good about this is as slow as it's moving, we can really watch it pretty closely here for a little bit. Oh, you can get a good picture of it there. I hope you could anyways.
Yeah, I wasn't looking.
And this camera's actually there's another.
That one you can see it pretty good.
Okay. This camera has 18% on it. We weren't charging it sufficiently. If we have to, I'll use my camera or my phone as a camera if we have to. We've also got an actual camera with us that we may break out here in a minute if this kind of gets lower and lower, and if we feel like it's going to do something more than what it's doing now, we'll break it out. We can kind of zoom in with it. I tell you, it's crazy. This is a pretty strong thunderstorm, and right here, we're pretty close to it, and it's so eerily calm.
Yeah.
It's really, really calm right here. JR, you made a good call on this. I don't know how we could have been in a better position. Maybe a little bit further up the road here, but
yeah, it's still got a pretty good lowering there.
what we might need to do here is, as this thing keeps going across us here eastbound, we might figure out what is the best route, if we need to go back up Highway 11, or if there's, well, I'd assume, yeah, probably Highway 11.
We need to go on up Highway 11, but let's,
I'm going to sit
let's
here for a little bit, yeah. There's a pretty big car down there on that gravel road slowing down, too. They may be doing the same thing we're doing. Trying to get a look at this. Again, not as strong of a lowering or as in depth of a lowering as it was about 5 minutes ago. We're at, JR? Back behind it? Okay. All right, so we're going to take you from there. I'm going to move this camera over just a little bit. Now, we don't have as much lightning, but oh, yeah, we really do. There is a spotlight in the sky. Do you see that, JR? That is coming from that car ahead of us. They have got a spotlight that is out of this world. It is very, very strong. And that is a very big lowering over there, JR. You're absolutely right. Guys, you're not going to be able to hear us very well unless I turn on the audio for this other camera, so I'm going to do that. You may get a little bit of an echo, and I'm sorry if you do. Hopefully you can still hear us. I am getting out of the car now with the smartphone. We've got 2 lowerings. And again, no clue what I'm talking about, but I trust JR's instincts, and obviously you can see them. I would love to know what that vehicle is up there that they've got a...
that one there almost looks like it's on the ground. That back one.
I'll get over near JR so you can hear him. He says the back one almost looks like it's on the ground, and I agree with you 100%. It looks like it is on the ground, JR, from here. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's so far back. We're really too far.
A long ways away from the storm, but I believe we've got a tornado on the ground right there.
JR, I think you're right, bud. That last lightning right there, yeah, there's something on the ground there. I don't know to what severity. I don't know much else from what I'm seeing, to be honest with you. And there's a lot of lightning, but it's on the back end of the storm, and I think it's making it a little bit harder for our cameras to pick up on this. I wish you could see it how I'm seeing it right now. And we still have the lowering over here to the right, too. We should have brought our GoPro with that more wider view. That would have been the best bet here. And I've got it in the van. I should have brought it with us. I still can't believe there's a truck over here that's got a spotlight. That wasn't a normal spotlight.
No. Yeah, we're fixing to have a tornado right here. We've got power in front of the wall.
Just keep an eye on that. Y'all can see that, I hope.
I can't believe this is on the tornado.
Again, we are close to Des Arc, between Brinkley and Des Arc. We were on Highway 11, and then we turned off westbound towards Cabot on Highway 35. We're not even 3 blocks, no, I'd say half a mile from Highway 11 off 35 west, looking right now northbound from here, kind of in a northwestern direction a little bit. Well, the one funnel, or dropping we should call it, is more northbound. The other one is more northwestern bound right now. Very little to no traffic.
Wall cloud over there.
Back here, that was the cloud that we were seeing. Got a shot at it there. I don't know, guys. It's so far back. I don't know if this camera is going to get it. And hold this. I'm a good camera out, if that's okay. I'll be right back. All right, guys. If you can still hear me here, I'm beside the car now. All right, I'm going to try to get the good camera out here to really get an idea of what's going on back there. Maybe I can zoom in. Y'all bear with me here.
That far cloud back there is kind of, looks like it's kind of tuckering out. I don't know. It kind of looks more scuddy now than an actual wall cloud.
I just got to remember where I put the camera. That would probably help.
Still got to keep an eye on it. This one here, this phone's about dead too.
Yeah, give me just a second, JR, and we'll have a better option here than that phone.
Now these clouds back over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see them real good or not, but they're pretty much come detached from the cloud base, looks like. Just kind of scud clouds shuffling around now. That area back there is where we seen look like a cloud all the way to the ground for about a minute. This wall cloud here is still thinking about dropping something. Good lightning strike there. Hopefully I was on it. Y'all see that. That was right back here by that wall cloud. good tracker. I don't know if I was on it or not.
Okay, let's see. Additional video sources. There we go. All right, now we got another camera out here, and this will be a little bit more of a professional camera. Here we go. Now we're starting to see a little bit more as the lightning. Well, it's trying to zoom, it's trying to focus on something else there. Trying to get these in a little bit of detail for you. Of course, we're not getting near as much lightning now, go figure. Shooting this one too high. You can't see anything until the lightning hits, and then by then it's too late to maneuver your camera. But I'm trying to get it where it needs to be. There we go. Seeing a little bit of a lowering there. Thinking earlier that was really pronounced. It was really, really low. Over there, I don't know. Would that have been near Cabot over that area maybe?
It was right by.
Okay. I know it's hard to see anything right now. We have very little lightning, but definitely still a lowering over there. I wish I could zoom in. Okay. Okay. Wish we had a little bit more. We may not be watching much of anything now. I don't know, but well, there for a while it sure did look like it was something. And those ball clouds have kind of dissipated down. Yeah, you can definitely see it there. Definitely a lowering there. Well, do we want to go up a little further north? Okay. All right, guys, we're going to take you a little further north here, up Highway 11, and we're about to get rained on anyways, like JR was mentioning there. So I'm going to get our backpack here full of stuff. And not sure what we saw there. This. It was definitely something that concerned me at first. I don't know much about this stuff, like I said, but very, very, very low-hanging cloud there, just kind of gets your attention pretty quick. All right, so we've got our big camera with us now. We keep it somewhere close.
So what we was looking at right there is this storm right here, where it's out here, looking kind of this way.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get that back in there. Alright, Jay, we're about to start heading north. I just got to get everything hooked back up here real quick, make sure everything's charging. Last thing we'll do is take off and nothing to be charging.
Right.
Okay. Again, this is 35 west, we believe.
38, did you say? Or did you say 35?
It might have been 35. Either way, we were on a highway that is westbound. I need to turn the lights back on. I guess that would probably help. Alright, we got our lights back on. And I'm going to back out of this thing here if I can without running us in a ditch. No traffic coming, I guess, on your side, Joe?
No, you're good.
There is a little rabbit, though. Sure enough. Sure enough. Maybe a sign of luck there. We may have lucked out tonight. Alright, we've got 3 different audios here, so let's turn some of these off.
Probably have to find an echo, wouldn't we?
Alright guys, maybe you can hear us a little bit better there now. Oops. Just about took our main camera off there. Put it in drive there. Okay. Let's bring you back to it now. As we head back east to Highway 11. Again, not very far. I said 6 blocks. Heck, we're about a block off from it, maybe 2. And we're going to hit it again. This is Highway 11 North. And we will jump.
Highway 11 and 38 running together here.
Okay. All right.
North, 38 east. And they took away this thunderstorm warning, and then they put one right back on it. For probably this storm coming.
Right behind it there?
Right behind it. They're fixing to hit Cersei.
We are in Des Arc, Arkansas, according to these signs.
Oh, we are, ain't we?
My goodness. Folks that have been to Des Arc on this side off this highway know exactly what we're talking about. Man, some intense lightning back here. We may not be done with this one, JR.
No, this storm, I don't know why they ever dropped the thunderstorm warning in the first place. And I'm not so sure it shouldn't be tornado warning, but I guess they're not seeing any rotation in that. But there is definitely some cloud lowering for sure.
Give you a little picture-in-picture there, and maybe you'll be able to see something out there. As we were driving into Des Arc, Arkansas. Oops. You've got a automatic. You got an automatic up on your window there. I just learned the hard way. The one on the left there, if we get any lightning at all, is going to show you something. If we can get some lightning, the lightning now looks almost on the other side of it, maybe. There we go. It's a little better. Yeah, you can really see it there, JR. It's really lowering, even lower than it was back there when we finally parked. I'll turn my bright lights off here. We got someone coming. Hopefully you guys can still hear us pretty good. Listen, we've got the window down now. Trying to give you a little picture-in-picture here as we go up Highway 11 and 38. Highway 11 North and 38 East. Towards Des Arc, towards the town limits of Des Arc. We are looking northwest, I do believe, or kind of northbound. On the camera to the left, anyways.
Got some rotation northwest. I'm sorry. Get my direction right here before too long. Northwest of Cersei, in that storm that's fixing to move into Cersei. And it's not tornado warning, it is just thunderstorm warning.
Jared, this lowering is getting lower and lower and lower over here, and also bigger in size. I don't know if that's a sign of anything or not, but now we're about to run into a town here, so our split screen won't probably do us a whole lot of good. There it is. There you saw a really good glimpse of it right there. We're about to lose that glimpse here in a minute. Then we got to figure out, do we keep if this highway or road will go straight northbound or eastbound, I guess. I mean, if it'll go eastbound, I say we stay on it, JR.
Yeah, I think this road pretty much will take us to Bald Dog, and I think it's still kind of where we need to go before Bald Dog area.
I said we stay parallel with it as long as we can, anyways. And our camera just got splashed there. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but and I hope this isn't too loud on your ears at home. But and we're gonna go off of the split screen now, just because we're in the town limits here, and you really can't see what we really want you to see. So we'll roll the window back up here, and Janice Brewster said, stay safe, guys. George Zias is much better. I think it's when we're talking about the cameras. Now, here I am. My wife always gives me a hard time about driving in the left-hand lane and driving slow. So I'm going to move over to the right just in case she's awake. Just in case.
Surely she's not awake now, is she? She's going to stay up and watch you storm chase all night, is she?
I don't know, but I tell you what, that was some intriguing stuff there, to say the least. Well, going up Highway 11 there, I really thought something was going to happen there for a second. Now, got a decision here. I guess we're going to stay 11 north?
Yes.
Or does that go, this goes with 11 north and 38 east? So
yeah, that's 323.
Okay. Now, you see a lot of, I don't know if y'all can see that. They must have had some strong winds.
Strong winds, yeah.
Come through here, because that looked pretty rough. I'll turn this audio down just a little bit. Hopefully y'all can still hear us pretty good. Let us know if you can. We may be going through some low signal spots too here pretty soon. If we do, we apologize. Y'all stay with us. When we get back to a signal area that's better, I'm sure it'll jump back in there for us.
Cotton Plant and Searcy. We could turn here and go toward Searcy. That's where the storm's at, but we ain't gonna make it to Searcy before the storm hits, obviously. But
yeah,
I don't know if that's a straight shot either.
Well, here's my thing. If we can have some more flat land, farmland up north here.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at something there on the radar. See the radar on the right side of your screen. We're at an intersection here, and looks like the Des Arc Snack Shack over here to our left.
It's 18 miles to, or 10 miles to Little Dixon, 16 miles to Cotton Plant. Cotton Plant is right here. Let's see, let me mark it. Cotton Plant is right here. Don't see that. And so we're actually probably going, we're probably going up to Cotton Plant and then on up, keep going north. Probably if we keep signal this way, you see stuff on it.
All over the ground here. Well, let me ask you, do we need to go back and go north? We just had a chance to go north back there. Should we do that?
No, I think we need to go to Cotton Plant.
Okay.
The way we're going.
Cotton Plant is our destination then. That's what we're going to set forth.
And then on up north from there.
Okay. Again, chasing this storm that we've seen the two different sets of low rings. I think a wall cloud, as JR described it. You've got telephone poles over here that are really hanging, leaning towards one side. Not saying that had anything to do with the day, but you've seen all the debris on the road there, back there in Des Arc. And we're about to go over a bridge. What, don't know what river this would be.
We're fixing to tell you.
Is this White River, I assume? Maybe.
It is.
I was thinking that's the only one I could really think of. I was like, man, I don't know. I tell you what, though, on top of this bridge, might be a good chance. Don't like stopping on top of a bridge.
No, looking like to hide on top of the bridge.
But we might get a quick second here to look. Oh, yeah, you can definitely see it. It's still lowered. And there's our tree line coming in. Still a very good lowering on that storm system there. Another rabbit just got across the road in the nick of time. And look at all that debris on the road here. They must have had some really strong winds earlier at some point in time.
We've got an imping from that storm at Searcy, 1 inch hail.
If you got a storm that's producing that, I'd say it's got a chance to do some other stuff too.
Yeah.
It's a pretty strong storm. Erica Neil Evans says, where is this? Well, we are just east of Des Arc, Arkansas, Erica, on our way to Cotton Plant, was that right? And we are looking, the storm we are looking at is due northwest of us, We've seen all kinds of lowerings, wall clouds, things of that nature. This is the same system that Adam Besson had told us earlier that one of the storm chasers, the Reed guy, Reed Timmer, had actually witnessed a tornado. So I don't know any of that to be factual. Run the rest of that storm to get behind it, and now we're kind of chasing from the tail here, and we've stumbled. We are right now, Erica, we are 13 miles from Cotton Plant, according to that sign back there. I've never been on this highway that I can recall, but just to give you some reference there, 13 miles. If you can still, and if it cuts out, stay with us. It'll eventually come back or refresh it or go back to our page. But she says, oh, okay, I'm in Memphis. It's bad here. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Erica. Oh, can you pull up that radar a little bit and zoom it out for Memphis area?
I can. Okay. Get on the Memphis radar.
Again, this place has had a lot of water dumped on it. You see the grooves in the road that have been wore out are full of water. You've almost got to straddle those if you want to do any kind of speed on this of any kind.
Right here is Memphis.
All right, so there's your Memphis, Erica. There's the radar for you. In Memphis.
This has some really strong. Nothing's warned at all right now, but it's got some really strong storms coming.
Hopefully you can hear
from Anthonyville direction, looks like. Hopefully you know where that's at.
Hopefully you can hear JR there, Erica. She says, "Be safe out there." Yes, ma'am. We certainly are trying our best here to do that.
But yeah, Memphis has pretty good rounds of storms coming still for the next couple hours.
If you're driving on this tomorrow, be careful. There is a lot of stuff on the, especially like you're in a motorcycle or something. Be very, very careful. There's a lot of debris on the road. You go around one of those corners and it loses a little bit of grip, and it's going to be a tough time for you. I'm going to roll down the window. I think there's a little bit of an opening here for the first time in a while.
Should have got tree line back there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We do, JR. And now, the lowering that we saw is actually ahead of us, but the wall cloud that we saw is the one that's behind us, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we're actually trying to catch up. Now, this storm at one time was 35 mile an hour, then 30. Now it's 25 mile an hour, if I'm not mistaken. And the best we can do on this road here is about 45, maybe 50. It's tough. There's a lot of pretty sharp corners. Of course, there's a lot of precipitation on the road. We're trying not to do anything silly and end up in a ditch here. Thank all of our sponsors tonight: Strikeout Lawn Care, Digital Reminiscence, Ricky Betts, Graphic Design, and Andy Earls Baldwin Chevrolet. And here might be a good opportunity to see. Well, maybe not. Your tinted windows make it really hard to know if. But maybe right past this right here. Get ahead of these houses, maybe, or pretty good right there, you think?
No, lightning's kind of tuckered out quite a bit. There, yeah, it's pretty good lowering there. I don't know if you've seen it on there or not, but it's still.
We're going to try to get that for you on the right side of your screen here, if we can. Like you said, the lightning on this side of this storm is really almost gone, almost non-existent. Stay here for just a few more seconds. Maybe we'll catch a bolt of lightning. There we go. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's definitely lowered there. Stay for one more here. I know where to point it at now. There we go. Okay.
Well, if I'm seeing it too good or not, it's hard to see on that screen. I don't know about the big screen back here.
Gotta zoom in a little bit here too. I don't know what I'm zooming in. That's the problem. There's no lightning, it's just all black on my lens, and I have no idea if I'm on what I need to be on when I zoom in. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get much help here from the lightning. So what we'll do is we'll go back to our split screen with the radar look until we can get a little bit closer to where we were trying to be. That's still a severe thunderstorm warning that we're en route to. Now in Cotton Plant, when we get there, the way it looks now, do we want to go north?
Well,
or do we want to stay right there, or do we want to keep going east?
I think it appears Cotton Plant is just going to have, the highway's just going to run through Cotton Plant. And, because I'm assuming this is the highway here. Cotton Plant's just kind of at this corner. So we'll go down this way and we'll head north right here.
Okay, at the elbow there?
Yeah, at this highway, and then we should be
right in front of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So probably 20 miles or so.
Hopefully we can get some more help from the lightning as well.
Yeah, the lightning, boy, that lightning slows down in nighttime storms. It's hard to, this storm over here, this severe thunderstorm storm is getting intense too.
Obviously, no, lightning is very dangerous. We don't want anybody getting hurt from lightning or anything like that. But what we're trying to do here, obviously, we're trying to see it. Definitely, like you said, makes it very, very tough. Yeah, that is definitely still going just a smidgen southeast there. Just kind of slow. Well, there's a big bump there on that side. I didn't want to hit that. We hit it going 50 mile an hour. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm trying to keep us from bouncing there, if anything. Caleb George is on with us as well. Still tracking these storms late into the nearly midnight hours here in the Central Time. As long as I'm on work, as long as I'm back at work in time tomorrow, I don't care what we do. I'm actually enjoying this, and we lost our HDMI. Yeah. There, now it's back. There.
Anytime you bump it,
that is the longer cord, and I do remember us having a problem with that. I've actually got a better cord, but it's in the van. Go figure. Probably lost the charger. Yeah, I put my charger in it, but I don't know if it's actually, it may not be charging it though. All right, we are going through Little Dixie now. That's where we're going through. It's the same one we had problems with there, really small trucks. Kind of went up underneath my seat a little bit. All right, guys, at junction 33, it's 33 north, but we're going to bypass it. Keep going eastbound on 38. Cotton Plant is just 6 miles away from where we're trying to be. We just passed Little Dixie. It's lit up for some reason, so I guess it's doing something. Might take it a second if it's dead, though.
Up on my seat to come loose or something.
Might put it up there if you have to. You know, sit. We got this main camera here now, so might not be a big deal.
Some good lightning thunder.
Yep. Still some hail in this one as well, I'm assuming?
Yes. The actual thunderstorm warning says 2.5 inches. It says 3 inches now, actually.
That's 3 inches.
Big old hail.
Wow. storm has not given up, that's for sure.
Well, it's holding together pretty good.
What's strange is you mentioned this earlier, but you see the storm in front of it?
Yeah.
Didn't it seem like it was going almost like a northeast bound than it was anything?
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder if this storm gets to whatever that point is, or that breaking point is, will it start heading that way?
Yeah, I don't know. They're sometimes got a mind of their own, really. I mean, this track that has 3-inch, it says it has 3-inch hail course, is showing going to be coming just north of Cotton Plant in about 30, or at about 12:30. So
We're, what did we say? We were
10 miles.
10 miles. Okay, so we'll definitely be ahead of it. We'll be able to have time to either set still or go north like you wanted to.
Yeah, it might be real open right there. It might be a good view.
Maybe a good spot to get out and stretch, maybe.
Yeah.
For just a second until we can figure out what we want to do next.
This is the only here and there, but I mean nothing too concerning right now. There's a little pretty good cell popping up here. Let me get in here just one base. Looks like it's trying to sprinkle pretty good. There's no track or anything on it yet, but it'll have a track on here for too long. South of Mountain Home's got a track on it. I'm not sure. It says going about 50 miles an hour. Calico Rock, a little bit north of Calico Rock, getting a little cell popped up. I mean, we still got a little pop-ups popping up here and there, but nothing severe yet.
As we inch closer to Cotton Plant, Arkansas. Have you ever been to Cotton Plant?
Not that I'm aware of.
David Palmer's on with us. David, appreciate you tuning in. Charles King, Nick McGrew, Tracy Schultz, and Carrie Chavez. Been chasing a few storms tonight. Seen some intriguing stuff. Seen some just amazing lightning tonight. Went through some pretty strong winds, some pretty heavy rains, and got a really good glimpse of some really low-hanging clouds that weren't sure what they were. At one time, one of them was completely, what looked like to us, completely on the ground.
Appeared to be on the ground from where we was at. We was a long ways away from the storm.
That is true. It's very true. So, lights up here now. Maybe this is our destination of Cotton Plant that we were talking about reaching earlier, then making our decision from.
Have a little bit of rotation right around Kansas. That was picked up on radar.
Cotton Plant, population 960. I'm gonna roll down the window here. And we'll make our decision here of what we're gonna do next. Maybe find a spot to get out and stretch a little bit where we can still see, keep an eye on the storm here. That's east, so that's definitely not where we mentioned going north, which I guess, is this the 17th? Is that the one we wanted to hit earlier?
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a place to stop up here. Now we're on 38 east / 17 north inside the town limits of Cotton Plant. And they have got some tree limbs, down. Actually, a few of them. They must have already had a storm come through earlier, I guess, that sure laid down a lot of water. You see a lot of water on the road here. A little flood zone right there. Don't know how Cotton Plant has they have a school or not, but 960, I guess they could pull for some towns around here, I guess. Police station. Cotton Plant Police Department right there to our left, we just passed. Looks like some old style downtown kind of two-story buildings here. Abandoned places. This one on the left actually is the city of Cotton Plant. A video rental place there to our left. Some pretty neat artistic drawings on the windows there. Some farmer drawings and things of that nature. A Memorial Park. And look, there's a full tree down right there, JR. Must have got hit pretty hard. You see some of these signs that are over as well. So some pretty strong winds here earlier. Sandy Anders also tuned in with us. We are chasing a storm while a cop is chasing us, I believe. And we are getting outside of Cotton Plant now. We're out of the city limits now of Cotton Plant. And it is lighting up the sky now for us, as we're going to roll our windows back up. The speed limit now goes up to 55, and we'll crank her on up to 55 now. And at some point here, we're going to find a place to, preferably a field road somewhere. We are actually going, by going north, we should be right in the line of it as it heads southeast. We were below it essentially. Certainly hoping that we can find a good spot that's kind of open. And another thing we need to figure out is how far north do we want to go here, JR?
I wouldn't go too far north.
Patterson is to our left. 49 Junction is straight ahead. Do we want to...
Straight.
Okay. 5 miles from that junction. Police officer that was in hot pursuit there of us is now a little further back, so kindly letting us go along now. Same thing. Maybe this is temporary though. We shall see. Certainly didn't see this coming. It's starting to clear out now. I just missed a good road back there that would have been perfect, I think, for... Why don't we back into this one, man? Just back into this one right here.
Nobody's driveway or anything.
Yeah. I can't see exactly. Okay. Can't see that one over for sure. We are looking dead north. All right, now, is this something we want to turn the lights off, maybe turn the flashers on type of thing?
No, just leave the lights on for now. You've got much lightning right now to help with anything anyway. So.
Okay. All right, guys, again, on the other side of Cotton Plant, on the eastern side, moving north now. That's what I'm going to do. Set this bad boy. We're trying to figure out which camera would be the best to use here. I'm also giving you a little bit of the radar too, so. And we're going to go with that right there. That's what we're going to do. I'll try to prop that camera up a little bit better, though.
We can go right up here to 49 junction up here.
Okay.
Just here in a minute. We're sitting about right, somewhere right in here. Right here's 49. Goes up to 100.
Okay.
So if we can get over here to the intersection somewhere, this storm right now is leaning this way, but that's at 12.
Wow. Amazing lightning we didn't catch, but
12:41. So in about an hour, it's going to be right there if it holds together, if it holds that same path. So,
how far away are we from that?
We're just probably 5 miles or so from 49. We're not very far from it.
So we're probably, what, 15 miles from getting to that spot? Or is that what?
Yeah, probably 10.
Okay. How much signal do we have back there? 49, so we're bumping right now. You want to hang here for just a second? Then
Yeah, I'm fixing to get out and
stretch a little bit.
Trying to get that.
Shanika Thomas is on with us. We appreciate you tuning in with us. I have not checked the red line in a very, very long time, and sorry about that, guys. I will check that just to see. Get my phone charged up here. We're going to take a quick break. Keep the cameras rolling. In fact, Do a little split screen here for you. Alright guys, we're going to get out and stretch a little bit, get a few snacks here. I got 2 cameras there for you if we catch any lightning. Enough of it, maybe you can see the clouds and how it's looking there. We do have the radar as well, but we've given you a look at that for a while, so we're going to go off of that for a second and take just a few minutes here. So you guys stay with us here if you can. Smart. Oh, you know what? Probably not the best idea.
This storm here got some purple in it now.
All right. Well, guys, we got enough break there. Some fresh air. Exercise a little bit. When I say exercise,
Hollering at critters.
Hollering at critters or people. I don't know what's over there we're hollering at, but either way, we got that all done. Now, let's set sail for our next destination. I'm going to do a little bit of the same thing we did earlier. I'm going to do half radar and half the camera that's duct taped to our windshield here. Well, we lost our HDMI.
We did.
We gained it back. Alright, we're going to hit right.
Alright, so what we're doing is, I'm going to get a little bit closer on this. We're still set up on this storm. This storm still has rotation with it, although it's not. It's just thunderstorm one. We are right about here. What was this highway?
38.
Is it 38? Alright. If it is 38. We're going to go right down here to this highway, which is 49, I believe.
It was 17 north and 38 east, I think.
And we're going to go north up here toward Hunter, which is where this storm was supposed to intersect a few miles up this road. And so we're going to try to find a spot somewhere in this area right here to
set up shop.
Set up and see if this thing holds together.
Trying that bag of chips back there is not.
Bag of chips is moving around there. So that's what we're doing. Good lightning show out there.
Yeah, ground to cloud the ground lightning there. Well, we haven't done this yet. We haven't actually got to the point where we get in front of one and just sit there and wait for it. So this will be a little different.
Right.
Now don't let me miss my turn off.
Well, you can't, because you either have to go right or left from the looks of this.
Okay.
From the looks of this map, anyway, it don't look like it goes straight.
Okay. So we're going to hook a left.
I would assume it'll be a stop sign up here somewhere.
9. Now we're into Tuesday. It's 12:06. Started this venture about 5 hours ago. Covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Been to some towns I don't know that I've ever been to before. Just to be honest with you. Anything behind that?
Backers Ferry.
That's where our buddy Adam Besson is. I don't know if he's still on with us or not.
It's actually north of Rivers Ferry, a little bit north of Fairfield Bay.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the bumps in the road or what, but all of a sudden it's making it not want to work. But anyway.
Clear your way.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright.
If not, you're here, baby.
I'm sure I'll feel it too.
Not as bad as that one.
Railroad tracks to our right. Fair Oaks 18 miles. Jonesboro 67. This is Highway 49 north, 63 north.
There you go. Take us all the way to
Boom. And we will be looking to our left, which will be the west for the storm. JR is having some difficulties here with the HDMI cord. I might bring some of this slack or something if this doesn't work in time.
I don't think I'm moving any more than what I have been.
Now, how far up here do we need to go?
Probably not real far.
A little further than where we are right now.
Yes, I would say.
Because we don't have enough signal right now.
Have enough signal. I'd say just a little bit south, or maybe even 200. Probably be alright. This is showing to be going north of 100 still, so.
Alright, we're back into some good signal now. So anywhere between here and wherever you want to stop.
Yeah, I'd say if we can find a place at 100, not much.
Further away from that.
That's right. If we go through 100, we don't want to go very far north. We'll be right in line with where that signal's going to go now. If the heavier stuff's going to be on up a little bit further north, we ease up further north when we see it's going to be that.
I didn't see the sign for Hunter. Did you?
I haven't either. Pretty good views.
Yeah.
Out here, there's a tree line out there, but not real hard.
Christmas ornament still up. I like it.
Authorized vehicles only.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Flip them lights on where you authorized.
Yeah, we have not had to do that tonight.
I have not.
Yeah.
I think this is Hunter right here.
I'd say you're right there, Captain Obvious.
Population 105. I might have some signal issues here.
That's
Got 2 bars on the phone.
No, we're still good. We're still good. Now if we get on top of someone's roof here, we'll be doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Back down to 45. Still railroad track here running parallel. This highway's to our right. Our east side of us. Front porch there. I guess he's waiting for it too.
Sitting there waiting on the storm there.
There you go. At 12:11 at night. No judgment here. Now I see another red light up there. You do not think?
Probably. No, it might be on the railroad. Maybe.
Well, if it isn't on the railroad and it's on the road, I promise you we'll hit the red light. I can guarantee that. Alright. So
It's going to be on the railroad because there's a train on the track.
Yep.
Cars on the tracks over there.
You said not too far up north of here, so
Yeah, I don't find an open spot. Let's go ahead. I mean, we may have to. Oh,
University of Arkansas Pine Tree Experiment to our right.
Pine tree experiment.
Pine trees are singing the song of the South tonight. They're swaying a lot tonight, too. Spots here to see anything though. was in the railroad tracks, the red lights. It's a little better. Get up here a little further and it'll be a little better. That'll be perfect, actually. We can back up right here, or if we go just a little bit further. What do you think?
Yeah, I go a little bit further. That's railroad drive anyway. They're particularly careful people who drives.
See really good right here. How about right here?
Make sure it's on. We don't want to be there in the morning when somebody comes and finds us.
Well, it's a pretty good little drop there, JR.
Yeah, I think we better back up and find something different. I think it's just water down there, actually.
I'm hoping we can back up. Is what I'm hoping.
It looked like a darn drive, didn't it?
It really did.
Right there's one.
Is that what we're?
It's a railroad crossing, but it'll be all right. Don't expect anybody to be using the railroad crossing right now. Or it's a county road, but we can back up on it and sit until somebody comes.
Okay.
Or we're about right over there.
You gonna do the county road?
Let's go right over there.
Okay.
Maybe we just gonna go right there.
Folks, we are hoping. Well, we are. What does this say?
That's something else. Drive or something.
We're gonna pull up a little further or back up a little bit.
I see you right here.
Okay.
I'm sitting right by a tire. Oh. We got tornado vortex signature.
All right. All right, guys, we are here on the other side of Hunter. Ooh, that's a good strike of lightning right there. That storm system is heading our way.
It's heading right at us, actually. I'm going to try to mark here on the map where we're at here in just a second. That's great. All right, guys. We will be sitting right about here. Somewhere in that circle right there is where we're sitting at.
You know, if this tower comes down, it's coming down on us, the way that wind's blowing.
So anyway, you see the storm track there. We're actually sitting up just about almost on it. I'll get over here just a little bit so we'll be able to see. See there. Ryan Vaughn letting you know lightning's nearby. Trying to pull that up big enough where y'all can see that little tornado on the screen there. It's a tornado vortex signature. That's just the radar detecting rotation.
I'm gonna go out and try to do a little video of this with the main camera here. I don't know how good I can do. It's still kind of dark, but
Yeah, but you got good lightning strikes there. I think you almost got that too.
if you don't mind, drag my the main. See, it says main. Drag it all the way down to the program window. I think we're on me now.
Yep.
Okay. Again, just waiting on the storm to come to us. Hit that preview program so I can see the monitor there. It's in the middle between program and preview. The very, very middle between those two big windows. It may not do it. There you go. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, so Andy's out there going to see if he can get struck by lightning, I guess. We're still a little bit of ways from the storm. But it is coming right at us. We're set up actually right in the path of this storm, if it holds together. Andy's videoing the tire registration of what we're setting on, or what we're setting by. It's actually federal property, it says. So as the storm gets closer, you're going to have some pretty intense lightning coming. Just telling them you're taking a picture of the federal grounds.
Now, did you read what it said? If you come into interference with this, or so, I don't know what that means. I don't know if this is considered interference. I sure hope it isn't.
No, I don't think it is. I think it means going past that fence.
Well, now we could always back up to the railroad crossing if we have to.
Yeah.
Which we may, who knows, we may end up doing. Again, waiting on the storm here to come our way. How close is that storm?
This storm, roughly about 12:45 to 12:50 will probably be on us.
Okay.
If it holds together at the speed it's going right now.
Okay. Well, for now, then I'm going to get on the back of the tailgate here and I'm going to get some more elevated shots of this.
All right. Should be some pretty intense lightning with this cell as it gets closer to us. Still about 25 minutes away, the main part of it, the heaviest part of it. It is weakening a little bit, it appears. The tornado vortex signatures went away. Let's have a mesocyclone signature on it now.
Nothing that we can really see just yet, as far as like anything that might be of big significance. So I'm going to go back to our camera that we've already got there. I'll leave this camera up here in case I can get out and get some shots in a minute. We'll leave it right there. Tom Lowe's on with us, Kyle Hensley, Todd Ellis, Robert King, Rose Bartlett. And again, guys, just waiting this thing out. I'll figure out when it's going to be here. which is, according to JR, not very long from now. You hear some swirling of the wind out there right now. North of Hunter, I believe it is. North of Hunter.
Chances are, watch this storm go through. As long as it don't intensify, this is probably heading back toward home after this. Everything's pretty well died down. I mean, there's still some rain and stuff over the state, but still some pretty good showers popping up. There he's coming home near the state line, or she is there in Cherokee Blues. Say nothing up there has been severe as one today, so I don't really expect that to get severe.
This is the same system that I believe, according to Adam Besson, had caused a lot of problems on the western side of the state today.
You got a pretty good little cell building up here over by northwest Desert again, coming up toward us as well. That one keeps strengthening too.
So the arrows there you had on the screen, that's what's haven't gotten any rain here yet, but I know it's coming any minute.
I think I hear you got this storm right here that's kind of strengthening up. Actually, a little bit pretty good cell trying to form. It's going to go right through Desert too. It's went a little bit further north. We're probably setting roughly setting in a good spot to see if anything's going to. It's kind of just becoming messy, you know. It's kind of but if anything, any rotation or walk out or anything like that falls or forms out of it, we ought to be able to see it pretty good.
adjust our monitor back here.
Just die or what?
See what? I got an idea. I'll be right back.
Better hurry, you're gonna get wet. See, the storm's getting closer. Lightning's intensifying.
It's at 12:45 roughly.
Yeah. Give or take.
I thought those two are almost converging there a little bit.
Yeah, they are. They're kind of clashing. Trying to, anyway. Did you get that?
Yeah, I think so. If it's a good idea to be sitting this close to a tower during a lightning storm or not, but here we are.